friends. Happy Tuesday. How are you? It's been a while. Welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new around here, my name is Dory Patrick. I'm a mixed media artist living and working in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And I try to check in every once in a while and kind of give you the scoop on what's going on in the art studio and the life of an artist. And I'm dreadfully behind. Okay, let's give this a shot. So, I hope you all have been doing well and staying healthy and happy and are enjoying a good new year so far. I think I last checked in before Christmas, so it's been a while. Our lives have been here at the Big Yellow House have been just like kind of crazy and kind of insane. We have had just stuff happening. As many of you know, here in the US, we had like this deep freeze the week of Christmas, and here in Iowa it was no exception. We had massive freezing. I don't know, it was like 30 below or something, and we had our pipes freeze up upstairs and then burst. Which was not fun. So fortunately, our house has two valves. So we were able to turn off the valve to the upstairs water to staunch the leaking. And every 2 to 3 hours, we changed out towels that were sopping up what was coming out of the burst pipes until those all drained, to keep it from coming through our ceiling down to the first floor. And so that was not fun. But the fortunate thing is we have two valves, so and our water downstairs did not freeze up. So we were still able to at least use a restroom, wash our dishes, get our water, that kind of thing. But it was very stressful worrying about the pipes, and then getting a hold of anybody was really hard because it happened over the holiday weekend. Yay! But fortunately, we didn't really have a whole lot going on here. We had a Christmas Eve with family members at another family member's house, and then the kids came over Christmas morning, but it was no big whoop. Because everything had kind of dried up by then. But anyway, oh man. And then, so in addition to that happening that week, we also applied to and were accepted to foster to adopt a doggie. We've kind of just been beginning the search, I guess, for a second dog, a companion for our Callie Mae. She's so playful and loves to have fun and loves to be around other doggies. She would really do well with the right companion. So we brought home this doggie, and he was wonderful in many ways, but not the right fit for our home. And I won't go into all the particulars of why he wasn't. It just was not a good fit for Cal. So right before the big freeze, right before Christmas, we had to take him back. And that was, it was very sad. I was very sad, but it was the right decision. And as it turns out now, I've just got word that he has been adopted with his permanent, his forever home. So it all worked out. It just was a little stressful that week. And then something else happened. What else happened? Oh yeah, so then the next week our furnace went out. It wasn't during the deep freeze, but it was still chilly enough that you wouldn't run a furnace, and so we had to wait for a part, or I can't remember. This whole like past couple of weeks has been a really strange blur. I don't even know. Yeah, it was just really stressful and really strange, and we're fine. We're fine. I just, there was just one thing after another coming up, and I needed to just step away from stuff and take care of business, which does seem to be like the theme for the past 6 months. And I got my hair cut, and it's too short, and it's my own fault. The girl who cuts my hair is awesome. It is my fault. I like it, but I really like to pull my hair back into pigtails, and I can't do that, and it's kind of bugging me. It's just a little too short for me. So I'm working on growing this out, and it looks like a mess. Okay, Dory, quit whining. News around the studio is I am working on just trying to get back to normal. I've been kind of organizing and cleaning out. I have owed you this video for several weeks now. I was behind in everything, and I finally did a little video for you of my planner for 2023. So as you may know, if you've been visiting my channel a while, I have this daily practice of, this is a Moleskine daily planner, so a page for each day. And I like to buy a new one for the new year and embellish the cover. And I just kind of do a different color scheme every year. I mark the year with some canvas or paper, and this becomes my little Bible for the year. I mean, I keep track of my running to-do lists. I make notes in here. It also kind of becomes this little time capsule. So I save things from trips or shows or things I want to remember, get thrown in these books. And then I have a little stack of them. I think I've been doing this for, gosh, they're over there and I can't quite see how many there are. I think I've been doing this like 4 or 5 years now. So it's just been a really great way to, especially when I need to break down big projects, having the daily planner really helps me break it down into smaller chunks, if that makes sense. So time to put the 2022 guy on the shelf. And I mean, what is this? January 10th? Good grief. I'm only 10 days behind. But it's time for me to break in and start working on my 2023. And I did a little video of embellishing the cover. And I will kind of do a voiceover with the video and just, I'll probably speed it up a little so it's not so slow, but I'll let you know the supplies I use and what I do to make the cover fun. I love having the covers be my own, have my own mark and my own design. It makes them a little more special to me. So yeah, so I did that today. I've slowly been getting back into getting my hands moving again. I finished a couple of paintings that I'm going to pop into the Etsy store pretty soon. Done a little bit of art journaling. I think mostly that was during that really stressful period when I just had to art journal. So hopefully soon I'll have another art journal flip for you, because one book I really got close to almost done. I am just from doing these little things like dipping into the art journal and working on this planner, they really get my juices flowing again, and I really want to get to moving my hands again. I do have a big project that I'm diving into right now that I hope I can tell you about very soon. I'm working on all the contractual things, so I don't want to blab it out until I'm absolutely sure that it's all going to happen. I think it will, but you never know. We got to make sure everybody's on the same page. But hopefully, I'll have something really fun to share with you. That I'm planning on really just hiding away for the months of January and February for sure. I do have a couple of trips planned, which I think I mentioned in my last video. And I will definitely share that stuff with you too. The first trip is for a workshop, and the second trip is for fun. But yeah, so I have to make every day count now until really close to the end of March. So I'm going to be head down, working. I'll try to share little peeks of it on the social media sites and here. And once I can divulge exactly what I'm working on, I will definitely let you know. So, yeah, that's my news, I guess, you guys. And I wanted to thank you again for your wonderful support and your comments and your questions. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. I can't really promise how regular my Talkie Tuesdays are going to be right now. We'll just kind of have to see what life throws at us for the next few weeks. But I sure appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. So now I'm going to switch it over to the video of prepping my planner. And if you want to do this as well, I will put some links. I'll put a link to maybe a place or two where you can still get this daily planner. The one thing I've learned about the Moleskine planner is when they come out, you buy them, you grab them. So I think I've actually purchased this back in November of last year because I made the mistake once of just waiting too long and then I couldn't find one anywhere. So I will share some links. So if you would like to join me in the Daily Planner Club, I'd love that. And I'd love to see yours if you do one. I'd love to see what you do with the cover. I tend to always just go a little abstract and scribbly with mine. But if you are doing something different, I would love to see it. Okay, so I'm going to switch it over, and it was great seeing you again, friends, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye. Okay, here we are at the work table. So the first thing I do with my planner is I give it a light sanding. This is just medium grit sandpaper, and I just sand the front, the back, and the spine. Next thing I do is get a little gesso, regular gesso, and I do sort of a scribbly coat of gesso over the sanded texture there. And then I scratched into it with a little skewer. Now I'm getting some acrylic paints out. The base of this book is yellow, and so I'm kind of going with that theme. So there's some yellow ochre and then some plain old sunshine yellow acrylic paint. So I'm just kind of randomly slapping that on. You'll see I get a little gesso mixed in there just to get some texture and just get some color down. I love pressing the paper towel into the paint to get that texture. Giving it a quick dry with the heat gun. You'll find a surface like this takes a little longer to dry because it's not as porous as other things. That's a colored pencil. This is a Stabilo All pencil, one of my favorite pencils of all time. Really nice, soft, dark lead. And I'm getting some matte varnish. And because that pencil, the Stabilo All, is water soluble, I like to seal it with a little varnish so it doesn't move around too much. Getting some more paint in there. This is a coral, just a cheap acrylic craft paint. And then drying it some more.
That's my catalyst wedge. I am rather impatient, so if things take a really long time, sometimes I'll get the wedge out and sort of spread it out a little more thinly. There's some more gesso. I love the pops of white with anything. Just gives it a nice brightness. I scratch into it, I press into it with the paper towel. I get some more acrylic paint. This is more of a tomatoey, orangey red. I let it blend in with the yellow paint that's already on the plate. I don't really have any particular plan. A little more drying, always drying because I'm impatient. My husband would agree. Okay, so this is colored pencil. My favorite colored pencil is Prismacolor colored pencils. I got a brown and a blue out, and I just love a scritchy, scratchy mark. Um, and I'm rough with them too. I think at some point I busted the lead on one of those. This is a little bit of fluorescent yellow acrylic paint. And then I'm getting that catalyst wedge in there and sort of scraping it around. I love the pop of brightness that the fluorescent paint brings too. This is a little bit of a more red orangey. I think it's a red that I mixed with some of the coral that was on my plate, um, just to give it a little more intensity. Again, really not thinking much, just sort of playing around. I think I was listening to the radio when I was doing this, just having fun. A little more gesso, kind of smushing stuff around, making little marks. You see my marks start becoming smaller as I get to the top layers and more drying. And then that little box of broken crayons, those are my Neocolor 2s. Those are a water-soluble crayon, and I'm using the heat gun with them because it really makes, when you warm them up just a little, you can really get some strong marks with it. Just a thick, strong mark when it's a little heated. There I'm brushing off the crumbs of all the stuff I've been scritching and scratching into. This is a Posca pen. I think that's a dark blue gray because I just wanted a little more contrast. I love um, pressing into it while it's wet and kind of making it an imperfect mark. That's a Posca pen as well. It's a fluorescent, kind of orangey color. And then I also got some more orange Posca pen. And I love that paper towel. And then that's a white China marker. So kind of a waxy pencil for some more marks. And now I'm thinking about putting the year on the front. This is a piece of painted canvas that I'm kind of cutting to size. And I'm going to write the year with my Posca pen and then trim it down so it looks right to me. And I will get the matte gel out, and I just get my finger right in there and glue it down. A little more drying, a little more marking. It's kind of hard to stop. It's so much fun to do all these scribblings. Then I'm feeling good. It's done, and I'm gonna apply my first of 2 or 3 coats of varnish. This is a satin varnish, so it's got a little bit of a sheen to it. Um, I like that, and it protects all of that stuff you just put on. And I dry it, and then you will see that I will put another coat on here. And then I will just let this sit out for many hours, probably just leave it out overnight so it's really set up and all the marks are locked into place. And there you have it. It's all done and cute and ready to go, and I can't wait to start planning my year. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. I'll see you again soon.